everybody, welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to be talking about how important is it to look good for your man. Okay, so I have a friend who has been married for a number of years, and we had this conversation, and she doesn't feel that she has to have cute or like sexy attire to wear to bed.
Yeah.
You know, with her husband. Like she doesn't think that it's necessary anymore to look, to at least this look, you know, like hot. You know what I mean? When you go to bed, when she goes to bed or so what she wears is really, really frumpy sweats, and you know, it's real frumpy, big long t-shirts, tear on the side. It's that whole, you know, she's been married for a little while, and she says it's okay to do that. And we were just talking about that though, like nightwear and how you want to look for your man and stuff. And I said, no, I totally disagree with you. I think that you're supposed to, and it's really important to do this for you to look good for your man, right? Especially during the nighttime. Now, I'm sure that men don't care, right? I'm sure men don't care about exactly what you're wearing, but they want you to look nice. And, you know, they want you to look good. And I'm like, girl, no. You need to get some kind of cute loungewear. I'm not saying wear a teddy and a G-string and all that every single night. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that when you start looking frumpy, I would think that your man's gonna take notice. Now we can flip this around and say the other way too with men and women, but we're women, so we're gonna get for our perspective as women. I just think that you should look good for your man when you go to sleep. I don't think that you should be going to sleep in torn up clothes just because you've been married for a number of years.
I mean, I don't know how many times I have to say that men are visual for people to understand that men are visual. They are not women. Women, we are different. We'll accept men with no shirt on, a wife beater, a tank top. You know what I mean? We'll accept them because looks are not the dominant thing that we look for in them anyway. Women, right? I mean, if a man is really successful, he can look a lot different. So if a man has got his priorities in order, he can look different. So that's why people like Biggie Smalls. Not deny I like Notorious B.I.G., but let's be honest, he wasn't the biggest looker in the world. He was, you know, not. You know, he wasn't. He wasn't The Rock. You know what I mean?
Right.
But he did pull a lot of women, and a lot of that is because of the success that he's generated within himself. So men don't have to be good looking.
Not necessarily. No.
Not necessarily. Not really. It's their charm and their financial standing and how they live their life.
I think young girls care about that.
Right. But even
they grow out of it.
But as we get older, though, we still look for men with passion and success.
That's
and
attractive.
All of that. That's attractive but they stand up differently.
Right.
When they have that.
Right.
Than when they don't have that. So that's what we look for. But with men, it is visual.
Right.
Because men really, on some level, don't care how much we make. They don't care about that, but they do care about things like looks, and it's not everything. But if I had a husband, and I've had boyfriends and stuff like that before, and I don't want my boyfriend to see me look unkept. And the reason for that is just because, well, what the hell is he doing here with me when he can go out there with lots of other women? And not only that, is that I'm aware that men look at other women even when they're with me. But I'm not going to look worse and then send them out there
mess
with
your
women,
odds up.
Right? Mess your odds up, right? I think that you're handing handing your husband over to the cheating life when you do that.
Yeah, there's a number. See, here's the things that they always say. Why do? And I know we should probably talk about this at some point, but why do men cheat? And our perspective on that. But I'm not saying that it's 100%. If you don't look good every day for your man, and you're not looking, you know, wearing stilettos every day, whatever it is. I'm not saying that's what drives a man to cheat, but there's something about you not putting effort into yourself that I think, and I could be wrong, men, I could be totally wrong, women, I could be wrong, but I just feel like men would be like, you always look frumpy. You always look frumpy. And then you're sending me out into the world
right.
with these non-frumpy women. And you're looking frumpy. No, I've never been married before, but I have been in a long-term relationships, okay? And a specific one, long-term, where it was live-in.
Right.
And it was for a long time. We were together for a little while. And I'm going to say, I enjoyed looking good for all those years. All the time.
Right.
Now, I wasn't always dolled up with makeup all the time and all that. I didn't wear that all the time. But I always made sure that I looked good, really for myself, because and also for him. I wanted him to be able to come home to somebody who looked good. I wanted to put some effort into myself.
Well, it's just like what I was saying about how men stand up differently when they are successful than when they're not successful. Same thing as women. You feel good when you look good.
You look good.
You know what I mean? You start to feel good. You start to take on that personality of feeling like you put in some effort.
That's a real truth.
That's the truth.
That's
you know what I mean? It's just the way it is.
Fact.
You're not gonna if you know what I mean. It's just like there's way too many women in relationships who think that because they got him.
This is what the situation with her is. That she's thinking because she got him and she's had him for years. I think they've been married for a decade now, for 10 years. I think she's feeling like, girl, he knows what I look like when I don't have all the makeup on. I'm like, no, it's not about that. It's literally the way that you're looking. If I'm not even talking about the makeup and hair all done all the time. I'm talking literally just about right now.
You
put some effort.
Took a shower.
I said to her, I was like, okay, but I'm saying when your man comes home, okay, and he's been out there working all day, okay, whatever, and then he comes home to a ripped up pants and ripped up shirt and a do-rag or whatever you have on and just slouching around. You know what I mean? How are you? How? Where's the romance? I feel like once you do that, romance is done. You're done.
Yeah.
Especially if you're always looking like that, I do feel like the romantic part of your relationship to me would be just demolished, and you're gonna have to build that back up. So, and the thing is, the sad part is that she used to look good all the time. So she is kind of like saying, "Got him now." Got him now, so this is what it is. And I'm not saying that it's right to cheat. I'm not don't even come for me on that. I'm not saying that it's right to cheat. No matter what, don't cheat. But there is something to be said for you are putting somebody out there into the world. Why are they excited to come home to that? What's exciting about that? Supposed to be attracted to you. That's not attractive.
I mean, I would think that when men go to strip clubs, it's not because they're just women. It's because of the way they look. They look like sex. Yeah. They look like they're going to have fun, and they look fun. Yeah. They look like something you want to sleep with. You know what I mean? I mean, they don't go, dance with do-rags on their head and sweats and still get on the pole.
Have a satin bonnet.
I mean? No, it's a whole look. It's a whole thing when you're with someone. You know what I mean? You have to
you gotta care, y'all.
To me, I think it's disrespectful.
Me too.
In a way. You know what I mean? Because let me say, if you were married to a man and then he just decided one day, I don't want to work anymore.
Yeah, then what? What we doing
then
now?
You would be a deadbeat man.
Yeah, how you look
doesn't pull in his weight and doesn't have his income. So the same thing.
He don't look the same no more, does he?
He don't look the same as he used to look. Right. He looks a little lost and a little a little not attractive. Yeah. You know what I mean? But when a man comes home from a hard day's work, there's an attractiveness. I don't care if he's a construction worker. Yeah. If he comes home dirty and looking, that's an attractive look. You know what I mean? It's like, wow. You know what I mean? You look different in my eyes. Right. But if you just come home and he's sitting on the couch, eating chips and playing video games, he suddenly just doesn't look like, somebody you want to jump in bed with and have sex with. You know what I mean? So don't do that to them. Right. Don't tell them, especially since we're women, we're smart. We know this. And this is not new. You know what I mean? Don't bait a man with a good looking woman. Yeah. And then as soon as he marries you, you're overweight where you didn't take care of yourself anymore. Yeah. You know what I mean? Then you blame it on having kids and you blame it on, I got to go to work and I have kids. Okay. Well, you wanted those children. Yeah. So now you have to take the responsibility of being married, right, and now the responsibility of having children. See, I'm one of those people that believes that you don't take in stuff you don't fully want to commit to. Right. So if I meet my husband looking like this, and he's into this, right, all day long, then I'm going to try to stay like this all day long. Yeah. Now, if I have a baby and I put on, some weight, or if something happens, anything can happen. You know what I mean? Then that's one thing. Say you have cancer.
Yeah.
And you have to lose your hair. That's a different type of beauty. You know what I mean? That's a beauty that comes with a lot of pain, and your husband will understand that. That's not that he should understand that. You know what I mean? Or if he had children, you got some stretch marks. Yeah. Or you're just you know your baby your body goes back differently when you have a baby than you did when you didn't have children. I understand that. Put in effort. Still put in effort. Comb your hair. You know what I mean? Don't hop into bed. Even if, I'm not saying, like Daniel said, you don't have to wear a teddy or lace.
I'm not saying that.
But don't get into bed looking like a man.
No, I don't.
You look like you just played, you know, just looking like you haven't took a shower.
Yeah.
Looking like really bad. You can't do that to them. And because this is the thing, is like, I don't like cheating. But when men cheat because of this, and you know you don't look 100%, then that's kind of like, you know, backing them in a corner and making them put up with something you know you should change.
It is I believe
that,
in the way that your appearance, there is a whole lot of factors that go into a relationship.
Right.
A whole bunch of important factors that have nothing to do with the way that you look. Nothing to do with that. Right. And that are very important and honestly take precedence over many, many things, particularly how you look aesthetically. So I prioritize the importance of all that. I get that. But when it comes to your man being attracted to you and he's saying, you know, like, you don't look like you did before. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, not to hurt your feelings. But, you know, especially people go through, like, couples counselings and stuff like that. And they, because I know someone who's done this. And he's brought up the fact that she doesn't look... She's gained weight and didn't care, but he didn't care about that, right? Fine, gain weight. We had kids. It is what it is. But how come you don't? Everything's all torn up and look like a hot mess every single night. Like, why is that? Why are you doing that? I just think that there is a huge importance of that, and I think that we shouldn't play that down. And I think if people do, they play it down and make it seem like, oh wait, all you do is care about looks. Like it's more than. I'm sure there'll be somebody here that's going to say, you know, oh, you know, it's more than two relationships in just the way that you look. Yeah, duh. There is more than relationships in the way you look. Yeah. But it is a huge factor that attraction is what mostly for most people is what got y'all together is the attraction towards each other. And when you are not doing your part anymore. And you've laid that part down, and then you're expecting him to look at you the exact same when you don't even look at you the exact same. You're not even looking at yourself the same way you did when you first got married. If you ended up looking like that, then you're not even looking at yourself the same way. I think there is
like, I do think there's like a certain sort of depression that has to go along with that. Because, you know, maybe you're overworked with your children and your job and stuff, and then you need to talk about stuff like that. But listen, it's, you know, this is like a tough love thing on women. Don't allow yourself to just lose out. You know what I mean? Because can men cheat on you if you're good looking? Yeah. Most of the NBA players have cheated on their wives. They all look hot. You know what I mean? But my point in saying that is like, don't give people a reason. Always be your best at whatever you do. Be your best as a wife. Be your best at work. You know what I mean? Always do your best with whatever it is you committed to.
Right.
Don't fall short, and then when they fall short, you only want to call out the obvious pain. Right. You don't want to call out the things that you know that you didn't want to change about yourself.
And women are very particular about the way that we look, so we get very sensitive if we get criticized for that.
And men know that. That's why probably a lot of men
don't say anything. That's what I say is that a lot of them don't say anything because they don't like my friend's husband. Like he doesn't say anything. Right. I'm sure it's because he doesn't want to piss her off or hurt her feelings, one or the other, right? And it's like, but I'm trying to understand, like you weren't like that before.
But if I hear you say to me, though, like you said, if I hear you say to me, because then this confirms that you know you look a mess. If you say to me, oh, Kara, you know, we've known each other for a really long time. Ain't nothing new no more.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So what you're saying is I'm okay to look like a mess. I don't have to change. I can be lazy in my ways. But then the instant he cheats on you, you can. Then I don't want to hear. Yeah. You know what I mean? I don't want to hear that. I don't know why he did that. You don't know what it could be,
right? It could be many reasons, but you can't think of one. Nope.
Because if your looks go down, so does your personality.
Yeah, it does.
Because as soon as you start looking like a mess, you start to act like one. Yeah. So you don't want to, be sexy. Yeah. When you look like that, you know what I mean? Because part of wearing like lingerie and stuff is it also helps you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like even when you're like, you know, even like when you're wearing you know, if you're just feeling cute when you get in bed. Like I'll take my hair down. Yeah. And I'm just wearing like shorts. Yeah. And a tank top, but your hair's down and you're just like, you know, ready to go. You know what I mean? You can feel sexy. Yeah. But if I'm wearing like slouchy sweats that baggy in the middle and I'm wearing footies and a do-rag and I look a mess, I'm not even aroused. Yeah. She asked me. I don't want to have sex.
She asked me too. She's like, when you're in a relationship, what do you wear every night when you are, you know, if you're committed and you're? I'm like, what do you mean? Either something very, very sexy or some really nice loungewear, just loungewear. I can just wear when friends come over. It's just a nice, nice kept clothing. Yeah. You know what I mean? I just try to look nice. But if I'm specifically like for my husband or my, you know, my mate, like, yeah, I do kind of give you a little something extra.
Yeah. You know, I think I'm one of those people that I'm a very visual person too. No, me too. I like the feel of things and the touch of things and, you know, and I like to look good when I'm about to have sex. I don't understand why anybody would want to go to bed and feel unsexy and then do the most sexy thing.
Well, which is why I think a lot of it's like a repellent. Yeah. I think I said to this person, I said, well, are you trying to get him away from you? Like, I mean, what? I mean, that has to be the part of it. Like, that, no, this is just what I wear. I'm like, look, no way y'all having good sex. No way.
No, you're just having. You're doing the act, but you're not having fun with it. You know what I mean? No. Because to me, sex is like a whole thing. It's not just the actual act. It's everything that comes before. It's the flirtation, the back and forth that you have with him, the role playing, you know what I mean? The being cute for him and him like kind of being, it's like all that, but it's not, if you're going to look like that, it's just going to be the act of laying down and then they'll be over.
Right.
As soon as possibly.
I'm at I think there's a limit here because if he didn't meet you like that and all of a sudden you are like that, but then you're getting mad, it's like, no, you can't do that because he didn't meet you like that. So what happened? Like, why are you?
I'm not necessarily saying he should cheat on you.
Nope.
So what I'm saying is that even
odds are looking bad though.
Right. It's not looking good.
Yeah. It's looking bad.
And if your sex life starts to dwindle, you be sure he is cheating.
It's true.
Because it's just like, why? I mean, if he has nothing to come home to.
Yeah.
Then, you know, then what are you doing?
Right.
You know what I mean? Especially if you're telling your friends about the subject in this little sort of I don't even call it confident way. I mean arrogant way. Like sort of like I got a man, so whatever. He needs to deal with what it is that I give him.
Yeah. It's like what?
No, your relationship should just be, you know, it should be fruitful. It should not just in the sex department. If you cook for your husband, cook well. I mean,
I see women that do this when they're frumpy like this and don't care anymore and weren't frumpy before but don't care anymore. All I can think is that you guys have this. Then there is no connection. You've disconnected altogether. It's bigger than me than just your outfit.
Right.
Look, I feel like when you let yourself go that dramatically. You know what I mean? Kids are grown. You don't have a little bit of baby weight anymore. Probably got kids are in their 30s.
Yeah.
20s, 30, yeah, it's over.
Baby has a baby.
It's like, no, there's something there where you have disconnect with yourself, which has led to disconnect now with your husband. And I do think that the way that you look and the way you present yourself to your husband is, and it's in a frumpy way like that, is telling him that I don't care how you think of me. I don't care one way or the other.
Now,
you did honestly, care. Now you don't.
You know, I think that a lot of cheating technically, I think most cheating happens because of non-communication.
That's 100%.
People not saying what they really want to say because they don't want to, they're walking on eggshells with each other and they're not being honest with each other and they're trying to, make nonsense, sense out of nonsense by not saying anything.
Right.
You know what I mean? So they don't have to have the uncomfortable conversations of you don't look the same or
lack of communication is what happens. Yeah.
Right. But I think that communication, this is why most people after cheating and stuff happens, they go to therapy and they realize we could have talked to each other the whole time. You know what I mean? And the thing is just like, if you know that you're not putting your best foot forward in the visual department, then you are creating a sort of a situation here that can get out of hand.
You're right.
You know, I'm one of those people that I just say it like it is in that department. I do think that if you're in a marriage for a really long time and you don't make efforts to renew your marriage, not just your vows. Like if people think, going to saying your vows again is a great thing, and it is for some people, but the renewing of your marriage to me is like all the time. It's not just, once every year. It's always getting to know each other over and over and over again, because you are going to be with that person, or you're supposed to be with that person until death do you part. So that it could be a long, long time. And if you just stay the same, or you get so comfortable that you just don't care anymore. Yeah. You know what I mean?
This marriage therapist,
you could really lose your marriage over something that could be fixed.
Yeah, I was looking at this, I don't know what I was watching, but it was this therapist. She was speaking about, when marriages go downhill and the looks department, all this thing. She was saying that when you sacrifice like your look, and you think that it's not going to do anything, you know what I mean? It's not going to affect your spouse in some way. You're really, really wrong, because people live in that mind frame of, well, you're supposed to love me no matter what. You're supposed to love me no matter what. And it's like you put your man in this, we're women talking about men, but you put your man, I think, in a weird corner with that kind of that cop out. Oh, but you said you love me because the vow said this, and it's like, yeah, we know that what the vow said, but the human part of you, I feel like the human part of men and women, but the human part of men is going to be that you look.
The vows mean nothing. Like the vows mean nothing without effort.
Right.
I don't care what it is, for rich or for poor. If your husband loses his job because of some legitimate reason, then you need to be there for him. Yeah. For richer or for poor. You know what I mean? So you're supposed to be there for each other. You better suit up and be able to suit up. You know what I mean? And the same thing there. Don't just say that you don't automatically just get someone, because divorce is a factor. You can get divorced. You don't have to stay married. You know what I mean? So even though we have these vows that say all these things, you can actually just divorce. Yeah. You know what I mean? And no one wants to be divorced. No. When they got married. No. So the point is, like, don't take for granted something that a lot of women really want.
Look, I'm really looking forward to get.
I can't wait to get married.
Yeah, like I'm really looking forward to getting married.
It annoys me when I see women who are married and they just don't care.
Well, this is what bothered me, and this is another part of what I told my friend, this person, is that like I look forward to getting married the day that happens. Like I look forward to being a girlfriend. Yeah. Right. But I don't want to be a girlfriend forever. I want to be a wife. I think I could be someone's wife. Right. But I told her that I'm looking forward to that day, and it's for someone that's not married, single, on the outside looking into a marriage that's been going on for 10 years. I'm just letting you know it's not a good look. It's not a good look. No. You know what I mean? It's just you might want to tune that up, because I can tell you right now, if this is how you are feeling comfortable, with it's fine. It's great that you feel such a certain amount of comfort with your husband. That's wonderful. Right? You feel comfortable to just be yourself and just let whatever happen. But I do think it's work. Marriages are supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be your friend. It's supposed to. There's some bumpy roads, there's speed bumps all over the place. Sometimes there's joyous moments, right? But I just think that there's a point where when you decide, well, my look doesn't matter anymore. Yeah. I think that you are also making a decision for him too. Right. And that decision is,
she's never going to change.
I kind of need you to look good. Right. For me to be attracted to you. Right. And me to be all on you. Like, I kind of need you to look good. And quite frankly, like, I don't want my husband being frumpy. Like, I don't want to meet my husband and then he looks one way and always looking good or, making effort into himself. And then 5 years, 10 years down the road, all of a sudden, he's wearing, torn up clothes, dirty stuff. I'm like, no, this is not who I met. I didn't meet you like this. This is not what it was. I'm not attracted to you anymore.
Right. You've gotten too comfortable. I think there. Yeah. See, and also, I just still think that there needs to be a mystery.
Me too.
In each other. Like you were saying before, that it's good that you're comfortable, but sometimes I think that you shouldn't be too comfortable. I think there needs to be, you need to still want to get to know someone. Yeah.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
I want my husband to flirt with me still. Not even in bed. I'm talking about before that. I'm talking about the entire day when, he was on his way to work. I'm on my way to work if I work. I don't know if I'm making dinner. If texting throughout the day while he's at work. Right. I like that little flirtation and that little like mystery, like you're saying, that kind of fun part of the relationship. That should always be there. That's the lead up
right
to the cute, sexy stuff at night, you know what I mean, or whatever. So it's like,
because I have to say that I think that any woman who looks like that when they go to bed, these are also the women that aren't going to have sex with their husband. That make them beg,
yeah, for sex. Oh, on my birthday.
Right. Or just, you know, just in general.
Yeah, just special days.
I've been doing all this all day. I've been at work and I've had to cook and I've had to, take care of the kids. I'm like, again, you took on that responsibility. Right. So now you have to add him in there. You cannot pretend like you're a mother and an employee, but you can't be a wife.
Yeah, no.
You can give 100% to your job. You can give 100% to your kids. But when it comes to your husband, he's a grown man that needs to understand.
Right. So ladies,
no, and I mean, look, and this is specific to women, so don't think that women that we're saying that men don't fall short on areas too, because they can sometimes in the romance department.
Yeah.
But, once I was reading this thing where this man said that men aren't really romantic. It's the woman that they fall in love with that creates that romance for them mentally. So they don't really get romantic. It's because they're interested in you that they want to get romantic.
Find out what you like.
So you have to keep this man interested in you. You know what I mean? And
that shouldn't be a whole lot. But honestly, that shouldn't be a job.
Right.
That's not to keep my man happy. That's not a job.
That should really be the highlight of your day. Yeah. Because anytime you're at work, that takes effort, and sometimes you don't want to be there because you have to deal with people and their personalities. Yeah. But home should be, your peace.
It shouldn't. It should not feel like work for you to look good for your,
and particularly your bedroom. Yeah. With your husband, it should be where both of you fall in love. Yeah. And fall into each other. Right. And not just sexually, just where you guys can just be together and be at peace. Yeah. Together, and then also want to be. But it should not be a place where a man has to beg to get something that he's supposed to get as a married man. Right. That's one thing. And two, a place where you have to argue and fight, or a place where you don't want to be beautiful.
Right. Like what is going on?
I think that you should want to be beautiful for your man. You know what I mean? I think that is, like, to me, like I said, I think successful men are attractive, not just because they have money, but because of their attitude that comes along with it. The way that you see their, the world through their eyes, is they hold their back up straighter. They see life differently, and to me that is always, like I said, I like to learn something from a man that I'm with. So that always, when a man is successful and he's doing well in his life, that makes me feel good, because it makes me realize that he feels good. Yeah. You know what I mean? And he's going to bring a light to our home, because he feels so good. So if he's doing what he needs to do, then I'm not going to let a man like that come home to a woman that is less than the woman that he wanted to marry. Because if he asked me to marry him, it's because he thought I was not only physically beautiful, but he thought I was I was beautiful inside too. And if you're not good on the outside, it's an indication someone on the inside is going wrong. Right. So that means you're probably not treating him well either. Yeah. There's something because there. Treating him well is taking care of his visual needs. Yeah. I mean, that's, whether you like it or not, that is what it is. And I think most women know this. Like most women I know this information. And married women, and they'll tell you in a minute, no, you gotta look good. You gotta put some effort into yourself, even if you're not, like I said in the beginning, even if you're not putting on a bunch of makeup and your hair done every single day, you still gotta look good. And there's women out here who put a lot of effort into themselves, and they still get cheated on. We're completely aware of that, but that goes back into a lot of other questions, but. That does happen. What I'm saying is it can happen either way, right? Cheating can just happen either way. Okay. It's a bunch of different reasons. But what I'm saying is, why are you increasing your odds? Right. Because why are you increasing your odds? It's like, give it your best bet. Even if your husband cheats on you and you look good, at least you did all you could do in the relationship to make it work. You know, you were a good wife, you kept yourself up, you were good with your children, you kept your home looking nice. So you did everything you can do. But if you know that you're not doing 100%, then if you know it for yourself, you can be mad at him for cheating, but you can also be mad at yourself for not putting in the effort that you were supposed to put in. Because I always think that when people break up, it's both the fault. It's the fault of both people from not communicating. Yeah, true. That's true. But this is the thing: is like, as a woman, if I know that I'm not looking good, if I know that I physically used to look good all the time, and then one day I just wake up and find out my husband cheated on me, I would know why. I would be like, this is probably a huge factor. And your ego will get you to say, "Oh, it's because he was just a lying dog." Yeah, and lying. But the truth, and when you move that ego out of the side, you got to ask yourself, "Well, how much was I really in tune? In my marriage, really." Think about it. I was in New York many years ago. I was in Bryant Park with a friend, and
my friend, we saw an old couple that was next to us. Old, I don't know, 70s, maybe late 70s. And my friend used to always ask these couple. She used to do this all the time. We would go to Starbucks or whatever. Whenever she see an old couple, for some reason she was, how long you guys been married? You know, whatever. Just assuming they've been married. Usually they are. And they would tell us. But we were in Bryant Park once, and then she asked this question to this older couple, and she's like, what's the secret to, you know, this how long? Yeah, I think they were married for like 50 years. And then the husband, he said, the wife said, we got to remember the time, we were at a time when we got married when marriage was just a thing. You just got married, right? She said, but I just so happened to meet the person that I was in love with. But I just loved him, and I'm happy that it turned away. And he's like, but going through the years of what kept it going is just the minimal arguments, knowing how to argue, communicating with each other. And then he said, and because she looked so damn good every night. That's what he said. And then she laughed and she said, and then so did he. And I thought, wow, he said, your mate's got to look good, young ladies. Yeah. And she said the same. She was like, that's right. Don't get yourself a man who looks like a hot mess every night. She said, so you got to keep up your look. She said, and she, even at that age, she still looked good. She looked good. Right. You know, most older New York women normally always look pretty good. They always look good. But she looked really good. But it was interesting that he said that. And then she was just like, okay, you know, and that's something to take from people in their 70s, late 70s. And I'm like, even they know that you can't let yourself go like that.
Yeah. Relationships, you know, it comes with responsibility. Yeah. You know what I mean? You don't just get someone and then that is it. No. You hook them and now it's just like a fish you hooked. You know what I mean? No, you come with, you know, we all come with, you know, baggage and stuff like that, but it's a responsibility. Yeah. Because, you know, when you're together for a long time, after a while, the height of the first meeting will fizzle down. Then it's up to you to really ignite that. Again, you're not going to, you know, it's that high that you're always trying to chase. Yeah. And after you've been together for a while, you've known each other. This is why they say you have to, I think Will Smith actually said it, you have to mourn the death of certain parts of your relationship for you to actually move forward in a relationship, or else you will cheat or you will be broken up. Yeah. Because, you know, that just happens. Once you have children, it changes the dynamic. Yeah. Everything changes. Once you have another child, it changes the dynamic. If, you know, something happens where you have to take care of your elderly, your parents, right, that changes the dynamic. If your husband loses his job or you lose your job, that changes the dynamic. So you always have to find each other. And if you just accepted that you're together and then, you know, like you just have to, you know, you just accepted that we've just been together, and so you should just, you know, accept me as I am, no matter what, and I don't have to put any effort in myself.
How fair is that? It's not fair. How do you define fair? Right. Because I don't define that as fair. Right. You know, I mean, I just don't. So, yeah.
Because it's one of those things where I think that even when women cheat, because women cheat too, they do. But since we're talking about the other way around, I think that when men cheat, it's obviously wrong. Yeah. Because you went out and had sex with someone else. Yeah. So that's an obvious anger that makes people upset. Right. You know what I mean? But it's just that when the other part gets less, because it feels like, I was just because I wasn't trying to be cute. That's not a reason.
Yeah, because it sounds so shallow.
It sounds so shallow.
Yeah, because that's the thing, is that they get to that part where they're saying that it's just shallow, which is what a lot of people will think. Hearing this whole topic, honestly, is that it sounds like we're just, oh my gosh, these two girls just talking about looks.
Look, I wouldn't mind if my husband...
They'll find out when they're married. Right. Like, no, I was in a 5-year live-in relationship. Right. And while that is not 10 or 20 years, it's an extended relationship. Relationships are series. I was engaged. It's a whole situation. Okay. And for those years, I kept myself looking good. And it was not a lot of effort to do that, because I was happy to make this man like what he's coming home to.
You know, my husband went to a strip club every once in a while, I wouldn't mind. If he was going every week, that would bother me.
That would concern the hell out of me.
It just would. It would, you know, if he wanted to hang out with his friends more than he wanted to hang out with me, all of a sudden, that would bother me.
You got to start looking at yourself, ladies. I think that I do feel like a lot of times we point the finger instead of really doing some internal work of what's going on with us. And this is what I was trying to tell this person, is that aside from your man and trying to make sure you look good for your man, what's going on with you where you're okay with having the man that you are in love with, as you were saying, come home to something that's not appealing anymore, and you're self-describing yourself as not appealing.
Right. I don't even want to look like that alone.
No. Okay. So thank you guys for watching.
Yeah. Tell us what you think. Tell us if you've ever been in a situation like this. Like, you know,
do you agree with us? Do you disagree with us?
Disagree with us?
I mean, we could be right, wrong. I mean, everyone thinks a different way. So just let us know what you think. Put it in the comments below. And if you would like to, we would love you to subscribe to our channel. Go to our YouTube and Facebook, Instagram and Facebook pages, and follow us there too. And that's it. So we upload every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. So we always have content up for you. So thank you guys so much and have a great day. Bye.